was me. Hello and welcome to this week's Weather Studio Live. Sorry, I just realised my laptop wasn't muted and we were just wondering where that music came from.
You were trying to blame me as well.
I was like,
it's your laptop's the muted. I was
sorry.
like, it is.
It was me. Of course it was me. It's always me. But hello.
In your defence, it has been a while since you sat on that side of the desk.
Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm finally sat on this side, which means I get to ask Alex some quiz questions later. But yes, hello, welcome to this week's Weather Studio Live. Of course, we're live. It's 12:15. We're sat here every Friday. So make sure to put any questions or comments you have in the comments box and we'll try and answer as many as we can. As you just saw there from the pop-ups, I'm Honor Kwizik, a meteorologist and presenter here at the Met Office, and today I'm joined by...
I'm Alex Burkill, and I love that you pointed out that this is live. If the start of the show didn't point that out enough anyway, because I feel we would have edited that out if we could.
I don't know, I'm always laughing through my weather forecasts. Is that not normal? Should I not be doing that?
We might need to work on that.
But yes, hello, welcome. Give this video a like. If you are new here, of course, make sure to subscribe. And yes, send us in your questions. We've had some questions already, and I was actually also taking a look at some of the questions we had on previous videos, such as Alex's deep dive.
It was a good deep dive. Did you watch it?
It was. I skipped through it. I skipped through the weather bits because I knew what was going on there. But I was a little bit confused, Alex, because I saw a few questions and comments about me. Here's some of them. Here's some examples. Jeff Campbell, 7846. You managed not to steal Honor's thunder, which by the sounds of it would have been a high-risk strategy, so well done. Another one. Wild car ride. What are you saying, Alex? Honor, is she Hulk when you make her angry? Just one more. Paul James, 5281. Don't upset Chef Honor, she will seek revenge. What did you talk about in your deep dive that involved me?
It's an ongoing thing, isn't it? Because it's sometimes difficult when we have the deep dive on Tuesday and then the 10-day trend on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That there can sometimes be a bit of an overlap, and it's a bit awkward if you then come to do the 10-day trend and everything's been covered the day before in the deep dive, because we have longer to talk about the deep dive. Nowadays we have more to show on the deep dive as well, so there's sometimes overlap, and I tried not to tread on your toes because it can be infuriating. It was nothing personal. If it had been Alex or Aiden doing the 10-day trend, I would have used them. I would have been less scared, but I would have used them instead. So but I didn't make you angry.
No. Have you ever made me angry? Well, let's not talk about that actually. But anyway, I liked the comment from Paul James saying she will seek revenge, because I kind of did. This week.
You did.
Well, I'm on the quiz this week and I've made it extra hard. And also, if you saw our thumbnail, I did actually get to splash Alex with some water. Hopefully we've got a picture here. So that was great fun. So there you go. There's my revenge for you.
It's a revenge for the time that I blew you with the hairdryer as well.
Yeah, double revenge there.
So, yeah.
My ear still doesn't feel right after that day.
Oh, sorry about that. Maybe that's why you have a headache.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not feeling 100% today.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why. It's all down to the hairdryer. Who knows? Anyway, some questions that are probably more appropriate from your deep dive, or are they? This one was from Josh Quigg, 8819. Why am I so addicted to watching the Met Office weather?
Well, so the question is why you're questioning.
Yeah.
Why you're addicted.
Isn't it
because
obvious?
Isn't everyone? It's because we're here, we're informative. We give you what you want in terms of weather information, both the near future, what's happening with the weather now, and also more interesting little tidbits that you can impress your friends with.
Yeah.
You know, we're full of information, both of us and the other two.
Yeah. Who are they again? I feel like I learned quite a lot from the quizzes, actually. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you get some really fun facts and you're like, oh, I never knew that.
I do, but I feel I also lose a lot of that information straight away. And so I'd like to do a quiz one day of quiz questions we've asked before.
Oh, yeah, if you remember.
Maybe for your last one, I'll ask you just questions that I've already asked you and see how you do.
That might get a little bit embarrassing, but sure. Oh, okay, so we've had a couple of questions come in from Gary on Roblox. One of them is, are any warnings out? And he also asks, any storms this week?
We'll be talking about that in more detail coming up. The answer is yes, there's a warning. We do have a wind warning across much of England, just away from the far north, and all of Wales for Sunday, later Sunday and into Monday for strong winds. Not a storm though. There was some talk, which I'll discuss when I go over to the board in a second. There was some talk of needing a storm name. Perhaps it was always a small chance, but a chance nonetheless. It's looking very unlikely now.
Yeah. Would have been the first one of the season as well.
Yeah.
Amy.
Yeah,
Amy. Also, I've not heard of this. A Ride and Stride Festival all over the UK, Saturday the 13th, so tomorrow. What's the wind and rain forecast? That was from Langton Wildman 2501. You might need your coat. It's going to be on and off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a mixed day. I'll go over to the board now actually to show it.
Stretch your legs out.
Stretch my legs. So it's fair to say that today's been pretty showery. And there's more of a showery theme to come as we go through tomorrow. We have low pressure, quite a mature low to the northwest of the UK, and that's doing two things. It's driving the showers in on this brisk west-northwesterly wind, and also look at those isobars, they're relatively tightly packed, and so that's why it's pretty blustery at the moment. The winds actually though, as we go through this weekend, well, as we go into tomorrow, they're actually going to drop out a little bit. So I've got my 4-ups here. So we've got Friday's weather here. You can see lots of showers. Have you seen a shower today? Probably. Most of us have. And some of them are a bit heavy and a bit thundery. But if I just run over a little bit, then we do have a spell of showery rain. I've gone too far. We do have a spell of showery rain that's coming through tonight. I'm just going to press play because that's easier. And that's going to push through. And then more showers coming in tomorrow. But the winds, well, they are strengthening. No, that's not true. They've been strong at times through today, quite blustery. But actually, the winds tomorrow look ever so slightly lighter. There will still be plenty of showers around. There could be some heavy ones. Let's get rid of this format. Oh, I don't know why I'm all the way over there. That's a new one. But if we just go back to tomorrow morning, and in parts of the southeast, watch out for quite early on, there could be a bit of merging of the showers. And actually, there's a bit more of a wind shear here. As a result, developing across parts of the southeast, we could see some relatively more intense, heavy, thundery showers developing. Meanwhile, elsewhere, once the band of showery rain that pushes through as we go through this evening and overnight, once that clears away towards the northeast, it's really a case of sunshine and showers again coming in from the west. Now, similar to today, really, some of the showers could be quite heavy. There may be the odd flash of lightning, a bit of small hail mixed in with them as well. But like I say, the winds are easing, and whilst that may be good news for the what was it called? The Ride and Stride? Ride and Stride going on, because wind and cycling, assuming it's cycling, wind and cycling isn't a great combination, but because of the winds being ever so slightly lighter, that may allow for maybe some heavier or longer lasting spells of rain. The showers should move through fairly quickly still, and they're scattered, they're hit and miss by their very nature. So not everyone will necessarily see them, and there will be some dry, sunny weather in between, but they may last that little bit longer than through today because the winds are slightly lighter. So good news, bad news, depending on how you feel about the wind and the rain.
So I can't believe I'm going to ask you this, Alex, but it's a question that's come through. Property Jedi, are we going to get any snow before Christmas?
Oh, okay. So snow before Christmas. Well, I mean, Christmas is a long way away. Christmas is an awfully long way away. So I think almost certainly, I don't know exactly where you are in the country, but I mean, the Scottish Islands will probably start getting snow pretty soon. But you may have heard some reports of snow this weekend, and you may have also heard reports of a storm this weekend. Now, neither of them are looking particularly likely. What we do have is an area of low pressure that's pushing its way through. So if we run this through, and we do have the jet stream coming in, and it's driving this area of low pressure. And there's always been some uncertainty about how this was going to develop, how deep it was going to be, exactly when it reaches its deepest phase, and also the track that it takes towards the UK. But what now looks more likely, and to be honest, this is what we've been saying was the most likely solution for a few days now, but what looks pretty likely is it does actually get quite deep, but in its deepest phase, it stays just to the northwest of the UK as we go into Sunday. Now, this is going to drive a frontal system across the UK. So we have this occluded front, then this warm front, a warm sector behind that, and then a following in cold front. And it's kind of in this area around the triple point, which is the triple point is the point where the three fronts meet. And it's in this area that we're likely to see the heaviest rain pushing through as we go through this coming weekend, well, particularly through Sunday. But then that all shifts away towards the northeast, and behind it, well, that's actually when we get our strongest winds, because if I get our wind gust graphic up, and actually if I do this one, and let's go to Sunday. And although the heaviest rain is coming through during the morning, oh, there's no clock on this one, that's not particularly helpful. But although the heaviest rain is, that's because I haven't got my gusts up, there we go. Then although the heaviest rain is coming through during the morning, it's actually later on during the evening and overnight into Monday when we're going to get the strongest winds. So we're talking gusts of 60, 70 miles per hour, mainly in exposed spots, but really across much of England and Wales. It is going to be particularly windy as we go through the day. Now, we do have a warning as a result of that. If we just go back, here is the warning. And it covers, like I said, much of England and all of Wales, and talks about those winds. And when we get these kind of winds, we need to watch out. There could be some flying debris. There's likely to be some travel disruption. Could be some road closures. Could be some ferries being cancelled or delayed, that kind of thing. So there will likely be some impacts, particularly as we go into Monday. But you'll notice it's a yellow warning at the moment. And it looks like whilst we have medium to high likelihood of there being some impacts, the impacts don't look like they'll be severe enough for us to warrant naming it. And also it's going to be wet and windy at times across the Republic of Ireland. We've spoken to Met Éireann, and they're also at the moment not considering naming it. So no storm at the moment. In terms of the risk of snow, which some people have been talking about, well, I think they've been maybe looking at something and getting a bit confused. So I mentioned earlier that there is, the chance of some lightning, a few flashes of lightning, a bit of small hail mixed in with the heavy showers that we have coming through Saturday. And then there's more unsettled weather, obviously, with the heavy rain that comes through on Sunday. That could have a bit of thunder mixed in with it. But I think maybe some people have been looking at hail and thinking that that's going to be sleet or snow, and getting a little bit excited about that. So no storm, no snow for the time being. I think if we look further ahead, yes, the chance of us seeing snow increases as we get closer towards the end of autumn and deeper into winter. Exactly where you are, well, that plays a big part as to how much of any of the white stuff that you're going to see this year.
I reckon people think summer's over, I'm ready for Christmas, I want some snow. I think that's where it's come from.
I get it. People, yeah. I mean, you might be dreaming of a white Christmas already, but we've got a lot of things to get through first. We have Halloween, we have bonfire night, lots of festivities before we get to Christmas. Though I did see in the supermarket they already had Christmas chocolate.
I was just going to say, I saw Christmas decorations.
Oh, okay.
And Christmas chocolate. I couldn't believe my eyes. Honestly, it's earlier every year, isn't it?
Have you got your tree up yet?
I mean, I was going to stick a few baubles on that plant there just to get in the mood for Christmas. No, it's too early. 1st of December for me. What about you?
A little bit earlier.
Yeah, but you've got young kids, haven't you? So
that wasn't the
that
wasn't the driver.
I was trying to save you there, Alex, but that's fine. You just like Christmas. Fair enough. Shall we do another question?
Yeah.
Visa Giza, great name. Wet for Goodwood revival then, but do we know how much rain is likely to fall tomorrow?
Through tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's going to be dotted around, isn't it?
Tomorrow is a really tricky one because it's the case of showers. And so, some places tomorrow won't see much at all rain, but some places will see some downpours. And like I said, because the showers are going to be moving a bit slower, then the chance of an individual place seeing some heavier totals is perhaps a little bit higher than today. There's still going to be some heavy showers, and they could be some pretty, maybe even thundery ones. I think, as I previously said, it's in the southeast where we have this kind of zone of a bit of wind shear leading to the showers redeveloping. This is perhaps where we're most likely to, or greatest chance in this kind of zone, London, Kent, maybe into parts of Sussex, and maybe South Essex as well. This is where we're perhaps most likely to see, or we have the greatest chance of some rainfall totals building up elsewhere. Across western parts, that's where the showers are going to be most frequent. But in terms of totals, I mean 10 to 20 in just an hour or so, maybe even like 30 millimetres in a few hours seems pretty likely. But all the time you need to factor in that showers are hit and miss. So some places will stay largely dry and just have a fair amount of decent weather. So really difficult to pinpoint when it comes to the showers. The rainfall that's coming through on Sunday, well, that's a different beast. That's this band of heavy rain that's pushing its way through. Most places will see some heavy rain for a good few hours at least, and then it pushes its way towards the northeast. And then as that rain clears away, we have those stronger winds following in behind. In terms of the rainfall totals, they're looking relatively high. I think 20, 30 millimetres. Maybe, I think some models were hinting at 40 to 50. I think even a few models hinted at closer to 80, but there were outliers, so not really expecting totals quite that high. But nonetheless, a wet spell and more guaranteed with a band of rain coming through than you get with the showers.
Yeah. It's interesting. I suppose Saturday is the best day of the weekend, but you still could catch a shower. I think I'd rather go out on Saturday than Sunday.
Especially with the winds picking up later on. I think even before the warning becomes valid at 8 o'clock, it is going to be pretty blustery as we go through Sunday afternoon. And once the more persistent rain, there's still showers following in behind. So Saturday does look like the less unsettled day.
I quite like a showery day. I like all the fluffy clouds and seeing some CBs. Quite like a day like that. Okay, another question for you. Jonathan Van Dyke says, hello, Honor and Alex. I'm attending the Southampton versus Portsmouth football match on Sunday.
Oh, local derby.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. What are the weather prospects in regards to the impending Storm Amy? Well, we've already talked about it. It's not Storm Amy, but low pressure coming through, strong winds, heavy rain. So, a bit of a weather forecast for Sunday. So I don't know what time kickoff is. I'm imagining it's sometime in the afternoon. So fortunately, from the point of view of that, it looks like the heaviest, more persistent rain will be coming through during the morning and clearing by early afternoon, around 1, 2 o'clock from the Hampshire area. And then it's, oh gosh, I've gone too far ahead. Then there is actually a drier spell for a few hours before then more showery rain arrives later on in the evening. So it actually depends on what time the kickoff is, but there'll be some heavy rain probably before it, heavy rain after it, but likely during the actual game, whilst there will be some showery bursts, probably mostly dry. Just if the kickoff isn't when I think it is, then it could be completely different. I'm surprised I don't know, but I must have just missed the notification for that one. Another question for you.
You being the big sports fan that you are.
Big sports fan. Ames Mason says, I'm going camping in the southwest. In the southwest or South Wales, haven't decided yet. From Monday afternoon to Thursday, what will the weather be?
Okay, let's look slightly longer range then.
Yeah.
And what do I want to show you? So let's cover off, let's go back to Monday then. And worth bearing in mind that we do still have that wind warning out until 6 p.m. on Monday. Did they say they were going on Monday?
Monday afternoon to Thursday.
So, I mean, in the southwest, we'll be starting to see the winds easing by Monday afternoon, but nonetheless, it's still going to be pretty blustery, and so setting up a tent in strong winds can be pretty difficult. Still some showery bursts of rain around, but a lot of it clearing away. Then actually, we have a quieter spell as we go into Tuesday. It does actually look like Tuesday's looking not totally dry, but quieter than many days recently, with slightly fewer showers than we've seen of late. And then there's more unsettled weather coming in. There's likely to be another area of low pressure arriving in time for Wednesday. Now, obviously, that's quite a long lead time ahead. So there are some question marks. There's some uncertainty as to exactly what that low is going to do. But here I have some postage stamps, so some various model runs members from ECMWF for this coming Wednesday. And you can see if we take the control, for example, it's going with a relatively deep area of low pressure somewhere towards the southwest of the UK. But member 1 My screen has disappeared temporarily, so that's fine. Then member 1 has a deeper low, ever so slightly further north. Member 4 has a deep low, but keeps it out towards the northwest. Lots of the runs want to have this low pressure coming through, but by not all means all of them. Member 11, for example, has something more akin to a little bit more settled. So I think it's most likely that we're going to see low pressure coming through as we go through Wednesday, so some wet and windy weather. If we took all the models as a whole, it looks like the low is going to be ever so slightly further north than the system that's coming through this Sunday, but not exactly guaranteed. I think in many respects it's going to be something of a repeat performance, so we need to watch out for some heavy rain, some strong winds. And then later on, as we go through the end of next week, staying pretty changeable for a little while yet. But if we look even further ahead, and here we have our probabilistic pressure trend from ECMWF. And as we go to the back end of next week, Thursday, Friday and beyond, this is actually showing for some, it's got some deep reds indicating that higher pressure is more likely. It hasn't been saying that for a while, in as much as previous model runs had the transition to higher pressure coming more the beginning of the week after rather than as soon as next Thursday. But it's going with 71-75% for Thursday and Friday for higher pressure to be the most dominant story. That is something that we need to always take with a little bit of a pinch of salt at this sort of lead time. You may have heard us talk before about the 6 to 10 day ridge. It's when forecast models are indicating in around the 6 to 10 day period for high pressure to build, a ridge of high pressure to develop, and it always stays around the 6 to 10 day period. So it keeps getting pushed back and then never always, or doesn't always materialize. In this instance, it actually looks like it's been brought forward, which is interesting. But what I wanted to show you, so this is the operational ECMWF models. What I have here is the ECMWF AIFS. So it's their Artificial Intelligence Integrated Forecast System. And so it's using AI data or AI model runs in order to create the ensemble. And they don't really have the idea of that high pressure coming in time for the end of next week. They stick with a more unsettled story. And yes, they have high pressure building in more of the, where's that, 10... Well, yeah, that's about 10 days away. So again, this idea of a 10-day ridge. They still have something settling down as we go towards the back end of September, but less likely to be this change to more settled weather. And really, I think this is probably more accurate. And we can look at this in another way. Again, I've got my postage stamps up, and this once more, this is the ECMWF operational for not next Monday, the Monday after, so the 22nd of September. And a lot of these members hint at high pressure building. So the idea of something quieter, more settled weather as we go through towards through the end of next week and the following weekend and the beginning of the following week. So the control has high pressure, there's high pressure in member 4, high pressure nearby in the majority of these members. But again, let's look at that AIFS model from ECMWF, and more of these have low pressure nearby. Not all of them. There's still, member 1 has high pressure around, and a few of the other members are hinting at high pressure, but there's less confidence for sure of the change to more unsettled weather. The change to more settled weather. So it's interesting. This is relatively new data that we're using. Big thanks to my colleagues here at the Met Office, Rob Neal, for example, for getting all this data in a way that we can illustrate it to you. But it's interesting that we're now using AI models more and more, and that they tell a slightly different story for what could happen as we go through the next 10, 14 days or so.
Ooh, will AI win out? Be interesting to see, because the AI models are improving quite quickly as well, so I don't think it will take long before actually they give us pretty good forecasts.
Well, I mean, lots of them are giving excellent forecasts already. Google DeepMind, for example, had the forecast track of Hurricane Erin was excellent in comparison to the more traditional models. And then also in recent times, the same model, I mentioned this in the deep dive, but also the low that was developing in the Atlantic last week it had it dying off before it really developed into anything which went against the other models, but it turned out to be completely right. So they're getting there. I think the thing that we always need to bear in mind when it comes to these AI models is they actually rely on the existing models, the existing data, and our observation network in order to get better and to understand it. So if, for example, someone just flicked a switch and said, you know what, AI can do all of this, can do weather forecasting for now, then it just wouldn't work, because you need organisations such as the Met Office with all of our observations to feed into the system to tell the AI whether it's got it right or wrong. Otherwise, it could just go off on a tangent. So it's a tricky one. Because we don't want to replace everything. Anyway, no. I digress.
Yeah, AI can't do it all. Can we keep our jobs, please? Okay, one more question, Alex, then we'll do a quiz, shall we? Because someone from your deep dive, actually, earlier in the week asked, what's the whole season forecast looking like for autumn? Yeah,
that's a good question, and kind of more of the same of what we've seen to many respects. So here behind me I have the 3-month planning forecast that is available on our website. It was released a couple of weeks ago, so it's not totally up to date, but the story that it was telling us, it gives trends for 3 months. So this is for September, October, November, and the general trend was, well, kind of in line with the way we're seeing our autumn changing due to climate, with likely to be slightly warmer than average, likely to be wetter, likely to be windier, in as much as around average is the most likely. So temperatures near normal, the rainfall near normal, and the winds near normal as well. But compared to the opposite, warmer, wetter and windier are slightly more likely than cooler, drier and calmer. Now they go in line together if it's, especially as we go deeper into autumn. When you get wet and windy weather, you would expect it also to be milder and less chilly. So that goes in line. Though at this time of year, early September, it's the different story, in as much as at the moment, the unsettled, the wet, the windy weather, that's actually keeping our temperatures pegged back, at least by day. So that's why there's a fresher feel to things at the moment than we've seen recently. But yeah, as we go deeper into autumn, we're likely to see more unsettled weather at times. And with that, it's likely to feel fresher and cooler, at least by day, and do watch out for some stronger winds. Always worth bearing in mind that this is just a general trend, and these are chances, like with any probability, even though we're saying 10%, 5%, it's not a 0% chance, and it's definitely not a guarantee that it's not going to be a cooler, drier and calmer autumn. It's just taking lots and lots of things into account. We can come up with these percentages. It is worth bearing in mind, I just went through those ECMWF comparing AI and the more operational models, and there are signs of something a bit drier as we go towards the end of September, but exactly how long that lasts, it's when it even develops in the first place, and how long that lasts still all to play for.
Nice. Shall we do a quiz?
Let's do the quiz.
Let's do it. I like that tune. I wish we could hear it in here. Martin Baines actually asked, have you covered the AI technology in a deep dive as yet, or are there plans to explain how it works in greater detail? Ooh, you might be in luck there. We've got a video coming, not in a deep dive, but I know Aidan's working on an AI video. It'll be one of our evergreen videos, and it's all filmed and I think it's being edited, so it'll probably come out soon. I'm not sure when it's out, but
he managed to interview a fair few of pivotal people within the organisation who know a lot about our developments when it comes to AI. So it will be really good to watch.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to that one. Anyway, it's time for the quiz, Alex. Are you excited?
I am excited. I've missed your quizzes.
I was banned from the quizzes. I don't think people like them.
You weren't banned from the quizzes.
No, I wasn't banned from the quizzes.
I have to be honest, I think I prefer your quizzes to Alex and Aidan's. I might regret saying that. I think they're more me.
I go for the fun questions. Not that the other quizzes aren't fun.
I struggled to get my head in I struggled with some of the others.
You'll like this one. I think you'll like this one. It's really random.
Great.
But there's some fun questions. So let's crack on. Question number 1. And of course, make sure you answer at home. We're going to be sticking some polls in the chat. See how many you get. See if you can beat Alex. That'd be great. Let us know if you do at the end. So question number 1, Alex. Which planets in our solar system have the fastest winds? Since it's turning windy this weekend, we've gone for the wind theme. So, fastest winds. Is it A, Jupiter and Mars, B, Saturn and Neptune, or C, Venus and Mercury? Ooh, which planets have the fastest winds? I didn't know this. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't fact check it either, so...
I love those quizzes where we're not always totally sure of the answers after.
I reckon Deeks will know.
So I don't think it's Mars, because we've sent things to Mars and it hasn't looked that windy.
I like that logic.
So I'm gonna. So in my mind, what was the one with Saturn?
Neptune. Saturn and Neptune is B.
In my mind, I've got Saturn and Neptune as being quite windy. So I'm going to go with B.
Okay.
With my second choice of, I need to.
Saturn and Neptune has got 54% currently on the poll. Here we go. Yeah, Saturn and Neptune got 54%, Jupiter and Mars 23%, as well as Venus and Mercury. So
okay, so most people agreeing with more people agreeing me with than not. Okay.
Okay.
Great.
Next question. Also totally random. In the decade after the film Twister was released, the original one, not the new one.
Yeah.
The number of meteorology bachelor's degrees completed in the US rose sharply. Woohoo! By how much did they increase? Is it A, 20%, B, 35%, or C, 47%? Love this. I loved the new movie. I don't know if you saw it, the new Twister movie.
Yeah, no, it was good.
It's really
good.
To the point where I almost went a second time to watch it in the cinema. Yes.
So, although I have a degree in meteorology, this isn't a fact that I know.
No, that was like the first thing I learned on my degree.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. Are you thinking high or low? 20%?
I know why I like your quizzes more, because you've stuck fast with the 3 answers.
Yes.
Yes.
So I tested some of my questions on Deeks yesterday.
Yeah.
And he did complain that we only do 3.
Well, I've moved. I've progressed and do 4.
Do you?
Yeah, I gave into peer pressure.
I want you to remember that I gave you 3 for the next quiz you write me.
I gave into peer pressure from the other guys.
Because I sometimes struggle to remember all the options, because it's not written in front of us. So I'll just stick to 3, keep it simple.
Okay, question 2.
Let's see what people are saying. Martin Baines is saying 47%.
Yeah, I've said that as well.
Liam Parker's said C, which was 47%. Okay. Was it high or was it low? 40% have said 35%. Okay. Lots of percentages. Let's move on.
I'm so confused. I think they just went down the middle though. But I think you've done that to throw me.
He knows my tricks. Okay, question number 3. You'll like this one.
Okay.
Got a little picture for you.
Ooh, I love a picture round.
Because there's been lots in the headlines about Storm Amy being named, which it hasn't been. But of course, Storm Amy will be the first named storm of the season when it eventually happens. Here's a picture from you 8 years ago with another... they've stretched ahead. This was you 8 years ago with another first storm of the season, but which one was it? Was it A, Ali, B, Eileen, or C, Angus?
I mean, Ali doesn't look like it would fit in that gap. That looks too small.
I was just too distracted by the haircut 8 years ago.
Can I see the photo again, please?
Oh,
That's kind of like an Aiden style haircut.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Very slick.
Yeah, and I wore a tie.
Yeah, you've gone a bit downhill now. The hair's all over the place, the funky shirts.
Forgot to shave and I don't
He's
wear a tie.
got too relaxed in the job, you
Yeah,
guys.
too relaxed.
Yes, Ali, Eileen or Angus? Tim Bob says Angus seems right. Hannah LJ says questionable shirt. Which one? The one he's wearing now or in that photo?
They're a similar colour.
Either could be right.
I don't really wear pink that often, but
Tim Bob, it's all about the shirt. Emma Lawrence! Is that our Emma Lawrence?
Is that the
Hi, Emma.
OG?
Is that our Emma? Wow, brilliant photo. Miss you guys. Oh, miss
it is
you too,
Emma.
Emma.
Emma used to do the quiz for us, so she used to put the quiz questions up on the screen, and
I knew she would still keep watching us.
she used to do an awful lot of other stuff as well. That was just a small part of her job. She used to help organise all the evergreen videos that we do. You have to big thanks to her for the hard work that she put in.
Everything's gone downhill since she left, Emma.
No, because that's harsh on Jade. You can't say that.
It was a joke anyway. But we do miss you.
We do miss you.
Okay, right, let's crack on.
I haven't given my
Ali,
answer.
Eileen or Angus? 48% are saying Eileen. Come on, Eileen.
I don't think I did Eileen.
So it's 48%
I'm gonna
Eileen,
go Angus.
43% Angus, only 9% saying Ali.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I went. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you the answer. Right, next question. This is a good one. In your latest deep dive, you talked about the low that will impact us on Sunday and Monday. But how many times did you say the word low? Do you think it was higher or lower than Flow Rider in the hit song Low? Shout again, low, 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 low. That one, if you don't know it.
I don't know it. Can you keep going?
That's all you're getting. This was also my suggested thumbnail title for Alex's Low.
Shorty got low.
Higher or lower? So you kind of need to think, how many times does he say it in the song?
How many times does he say it? How many times?
You were talking about the low quite a lot.
But he says it loads.
Emma Lawrence says, what a question. Always professional.
Like does he say it like 8 times each time he does that? But I'm gonna go.
Gary
with
on Roblox
lower.
says it's higher. Supercell Storm Chasing says going to go higher as it be funnier. Would be pretty funny. Would be pretty funny.
I'm gonna go with lower though. I think he says it an awful lot. I don't think I said it that many times. I'm gonna guess I said it about 16, and I reckon he says it probably like 32.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll find out. I've got the stats for you. Final question, which I thought you were going to like, but I tried it on Deeks yesterday, and I think it's actually harder than I realised. No multiple choice answers for this one.
Is it a riddle?
It's not a riddle.
I missed the riddle.
What it is spot the difference.
Ooh.
So, I'm going to send it to you because you might find it a bit tricky to see on the screen. There are 4.
4?
But if you get 3, I'll give you the point. I've just sent it to you. Oh no, I haven't. I've sent you the wrong one. There we go. I've now sent it to you.
Spot the difference. I can't see any.
They're very. There you go. I've just sent it to you. Yeah, they're quite small, but if you look carefully, you should be able to spot one or two.
Okay. I can see 1.
And no cheating.
Do you want me to tell you the answers now?
You can tell.
I can see 2.
Okay.
I
don't know,
no,
do
I'll
you
give
want
you
to
the.
spoil it for people at home?
I'll get her, but I can't write them down whilst. So
I can't even read out people's answers because then that will give it away. But there are 4, so one's a bonus one. But yeah, they're quite subtle. I mean, this is a great thumbnail. They just get better and better every week. To be honest.
It was. I mean, it was brave wearing a white top in the heavy rain, but.
It was brave. I kind of look like a weather god in it, which I think is why I like this one the most.
Especially your other
They should have put a little halo over my head as well. Anyway. Okay, so some people... Okay. Oh, Paul James says he's got all 4. Gary on Roblox says I can see 2. Chaz and Ulf.
Have you seen like the Spot the Difference competitions where like kids are absolutely amazing at Spot the Difference, and they see a clip, they would have just come up with the answers straight away.
Wow. Maybe it's from looking at Where's Wally? Don't know.
That's not a Spot the Difference, but yeah.
Yeah, but you've got to spot
things. Yeah. I don't say like one of the dots on your top is. Yeah,
count how many tops, how many spots are on my top. No. So you say you've got 2?
I've got 2.
So if you find one more, I'll give you the point.
Can you give me 10 seconds? Oh, we can go through the other answers whilst I'm looking for it.
That's true, actually. Let's do that. Okay. Just trying to see how many people have got. I've seen some people have got 4.
What?
So I think Deeks yesterday, he got 2, and then he got the other 2 after I gave him some clues. But I can give you a clue if you want, but...
Not yet.
Okay, let's go through
This is a good
some
question,
of
though.
Oh, good, thank you. I thought you'd like it.
Yeah, no, I do.
Okay, let's go through some of the answers while Alex continues to spot the difference. So question 1 was, which planets in our solar system have the fastest winds? Now I've got to find your answers, Alex.
I said Saturn.
You said Saturn and Neptune.
Yeah.
Which was correct.
Yay!
Saturn and Neptune. I think you're right. I don't think Mars have much wind. I don't know. I don't really know. But yes, Saturn and Neptune. I don't think I asked Deeks that one, but I should have done. Maybe he's watching and knows if he got the answer right or not. So anyway, that's 1 out of 5. So far, so good. Found any more spot the difference?
No.
Oh, it's very, very subtle. Well, although I'm not sure which ones you've got already.
The obvious ones, probably.
Okay. Okay. And we've got them back on the screen.
Just for people.
This is what I mean.
listening.
I thought it'd be fun, but actually it turned out to be harder than I thought. But you can blame Rich for that one because he made it. Okay, question number 2. In the decade after the film Twister was released, the number of meteorology bachelor's degrees completed in the US rose sharply. By how much did they increase?
I said 47%.
You said 47%, and you would be correct.
Yay!
I
2
loved
for
that
2.
one, all about
That's
the
a lot.
meteorology degrees. Let's do it. And that film is really good, both of them, the old one and the new one. If you have a movie night or movie day on Sunday because the weather's rubbish, and watch that one, might inspire you to do a meteorology degree. Okay, the next question was the fabulous picture of Alex from 8 years ago. Which first name storm? Oh, there he is again, looking good. I should have done spot the difference on that photo. Which storm was it that he was referring to 8 years ago? You said Angus, and that was correct.
Yay! Wow,
Storm
I'm 3 for 3.
Angus. I know, you're actually doing really well.
That's putting pressure on this. so I
Actually,
can get
yeah,
five.
if you don't find one more, it will probably end up getting quite a good score.
No, that's.
The
This
pressure!
this is going to be the longest Weather Studio Live ever. While she just watched me.
We need a countdown clock, really.
There isn't. We've got a clip to tease to at the end, so we'll do that first.
Just stretching out the time. He wants that 5 out of 5. Okay, so the next question. Oh, I just want to see how well other people are doing. Martin Baines has got 1 out of 3. Tim Bob 2 out of 3. Sean E 3 out of 3. Oh, they're all rhyming. Cuthbert says, "Tut, hate this quiz." Don't say that. They won't let me do them anymore. I've already been on a 2-month ban. Okay. Oh, there's some. Don't look at the chat 'cause there's some clues to the spot the difference. No cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Number 4. In your latest deep dive, you talked about the low that's going to impact us this weekend, but how many times did you say the word low? Was it higher or lower than Flo Rida in the hit song Low? Shawty got low.
I went lower.
You went lower, and you were correct.
Yay!
You said it 19 times.
Oh, that's close.
Flo Rida said it 65 times. To be fair, I thought might be able to trick you into thinking you said it loads of times, but no.
I
not as
mean,
much as
even if, not quite 60 odd times. Okay, so the 2 that I found
Okay.
are your watch is missing in the first pick, and also the Met Office logo on my jacket.
Yeah, those are the 2 easier ones. Should I tell you the other 2?
No, let's.
Okay.
No.
We'll go for a clip. We'll take a look at a clip first, and then we'll finally realise. We'll find out if Alex has got 5 out. Have you had 5 out of 5 before?
No.
Oh, he's so close. He's so close. No cheating, because some people are putting them in the chat. But people are doing pretty well on this
How?
quiz. 3 out of 4.
They're putting it in some Google software.
Have some people?
AI software.
Yeah, someone has found the one that you haven't found.
I thought you said there are 2 others that I haven't found.
Yeah, there are. Oh, apparently Twister came out in 1996. That's the year I was born. This and that says, "Love the curls in the hair." Thank you.
Is that a clue?
It's not a clue.
Okay, I'll ignore the hair then.
Okay, we'll give Alex a little bit longer. But we've had an interesting video go out this week with Alex and Sophie Pavel. She's an award-winning author, and this is for Climate Conversations this week. She's really cool, actually. I really want to be her friend. You should give her a follow on Instagram. She's also got a couple of books out. I've not read the books, but it's on my to-do list.
I've read the books, and they are really good.
He listens to them on audiobook.
Yeah, but that still counts. If you get the audiobook, it's actually Sophie reading them herself, so it's really good. Yeah, Sophie's a lovely local author, and it was really nice to be able to catch up with her. So here's a little clip of the Climate Conversations that came out this week.
In this show, we're taking a look at how our changing climate is impacting nature with award-winning author Sophie Pavel, a Devon-based science communicator. In her first book, Forget Me Not, Sophie embarked on a low-carbon journey around the UK in search of 10 animals and habitats threatened by our changing climate. In her newly published second book, To Have or To Hold, she looks at symbiotic relationships and how these are developing due to climate change. Alex Burkle caught up with Sophie for a chat about her findings.
Yeah, it was really nice to be able to catch up with Sophie. She knows her stuff, and her missions or her journeys around the country for the first book were really exciting, and then for her second book, To Have or To Hold, about the parasitic relationship that many species have and how that's developing in this world of climate or climate change is really interesting, really fascinating. She found out some interesting stuff, and I think the thing that stood out to me a little bit was some initial wins for some species became negatives as well. So some species suddenly started doing better, but then for a number of reasons, the obvious ones being overpopulation, they then came down to negative impacts, and then also the knock-on effect to other species. So it's really, really good books. So worth checking that out, and watch the Climate Conversations as well.
Yeah.
How
are you doing?
I'm going to have to give up. Can you give me the clue?
I feel really bad, but the clue will just...
The clue will give it. But
give it. So close, because you've got 4 out of 5
I've been told to stop looking at the screen.
And we've been told off. Okay, so some people have got them in the chat, some people did get the 4 out of 4. So what did you find? The
watch strap and the logo on my jacket.
Okay, now the next couple, they were very subtle. So the date in the Weather Studio Live is slightly different.
20 wrong.
2025. And also, if you look at your hands, one of your thumbs is missing. So, I'm sorry, Alex, you got 4 out of 5.
That's so annoying.
I know, I'm so sorry. You were so close. But you did really well in that quiz. And you
did do
in fact, I'll give you half a point.
No,
so
I don't want your pity. I don't want your pity half a mark. Right, we're done. Bye. See, I'm not back next week. I don't know.
If it makes you feel better, Deeks also yesterday only got 2.
The same 2.
He only got the other 2 with clues. So how did you do? Did anyone get 5 out of 5? So if you got at least 3 of the spot the difference, I'll allow that as a point.
I looked at the date so long as well.
You were so close. Oh, Lily Hopkins got 2 out of 5. My dad got 3 out of 5. Tim Bob got 4. Martin Baines got 3. Cuthbert got 6. So that means I suppose he got all 4 of the spot the difference. 2.5 out of 5. Kim, Andrew, Jones, Maguire. I got 1 out of 5 and all the spot the difference. So 2. Nice. Well done. That was fun, wasn't it?
It was fun. It was
really
a very good quiz. It was lovely to have you back on that side of the desk.
Yeah, I quite like it here now. I'll stay.
Are you back next week?
I'm not presenting that much next week, actually. No,
I think we're certainly back to normal with our regular structure.
Summer's over, no one's on holiday anymore.
So that's quite nice. So I guess we'll be back in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
We'll flip positions, and so you'll be doing the screen. But this has been a great Weather Studio Live as always. Thanks for leading the ship.
You're very welcome. And thank you for enjoying the quiz because I don't think many people like my quizzes. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the quiz. Yes, take a look at that Climate Conversations video. I've still not watched it yet. That's going to be one of my... Maybe that's something I'll do on Sunday when it's wet outside. And after I watch Twister, I'll whack on a bit of you and Sophie.
You can also watch... There's a new Evergreen Explainer video coming out tomorrow about... Autumnal warmth.
Autumnal warmth.
Yes, I got to go to the beach for that one.
Yeah.
So that was...
And you got an ice cream.
I did.
Absolute joy.
It was a pivotal part of the explanation, so make sure you check that out. I think that's going up tomorrow morning.
Yes. But yes, you won't see much of us next week. It's more Alex and Aidan and the other Alex, and they'll be back on the live. But if you still didn't get your question answered, Alex B will be on TikTok live later about 3:30, so you can go over to there. If you still want to watch our videos on something other than YouTube, we're also on Spotify. Get that, so you can watch our videos on there. We're pretty much across all social media, WhatsApp, you name it. You can't get rid of us. But yeah, thank you very much for joining. Have a lovely weekend. Keep an eye out for any warnings updates for Sunday and Monday, and we'll see you again very soon.
See you later.